Hey guys, what's going on? I just wanted to make a kind of a quick video of some Friday recap since I wasn't able to live stream on Friday. I was actually traveling back to school. So we're just going to be going through. I've already looked at today, but I'm going to be explaining what I would have been doing. Just looking at the plain chart here, okay? So a style of trading I've been really liking lately is a smart money concepts ICT sort of strategy where we mark out the highs and the lows before pre-market and only the most recent highs and lows. So if you're looking at this chart right here, this recent high, right? Technically this would be the most recent high, but this one makes the most sense, right? It's I usually chart right around 8, right? So marking this out. Once the green turns to red, it's just a different session kind of starting. But I guess what I'm trying to say is the red is when I start to look for trades. Okay, but generally waiting till the open is going to be smarter. Okay, so marking out these highs and the lows. For below the lows, we are going to be looking for buys, and the way we're going to be doing that is looking for a break of structure, and then a fair value gap, and then we enter on that fair value gap, and we go for a 2-to-1 trade. So you can see we dip right below this, okay, and then the open, we grab liquidity, bullish move up, and we still are below this, so we're looking for buys. Okay, if we get above this, then we'd cancel out buys, and we're just looking for sells if we don't get our buy first. Okay, so boom, we got 3 bullish candles right on the open. You know what else formed there is a fair value gap. And also, this is 932, we had a break of structure right here. So a break of structure is basically the most recent swing high or swing low being broken by a candle closing above it. So swing high, and there you go, broke above it. Now, the trade I would have been taking is this. Now, I didn't take it because I wasn't here. So you really could put the stop loss under the fair value gap, but that's pretty tight. So usually I try and put it under the whole move of the fair value gap. So that technically be below this low, right? The first candle's low. But that's too much. That's 10 points risk. So putting it under this middle candle, second candle's wick, which is about 6 points of risk. Okay. So if we're targeting 2-to-1, it'd be 12. There we go. So if it enters us on this fair value gap, that's where we'll be looking to enter. Okay, so technically we did break above this high, right? But we didn't really get a nice break above it. This one had a nice kind of break. So that's okay. Move down into this fair value gap. We get our entry. We only go into maybe 2 points of drawdown. And let's see what plays out now. So again, 2-to-1 we're looking for. We fast forward. Our target does get hit. So within about 20 minutes, you would have made 12 points on this strategy. So I have been liking this strategy quite a bit. And then if we keep fast forwarding, we are clearly above this now. So now we could look for a short trade. So we'd be looking for basically a break of structure right about here. And usually I chart all these out, these gaps out that play really well, which you can play regression short into these for moves up or trend longs. Works really, really well. So let's see, we get a little bit of a break of structure there, not much. There's a full break of structure, so we can chart out a fair value gap. We have a fair value gap, break of structure. So technically another trade we could be looking for is something like this. We put our stop loss above this candle's high, because that's the first candle of the fair value gap. Then we target 2-to-1. So right there. We move up into this, reject it. Remember, we had that break of structure and the fair value gap already, so it's a valid play. And let's see what happens. It does end up hitting our target. And I'm not choosing where to put our stop loss just because our take profit gets wicked. It's literally just, that's how well this strategy is working right now, right? comes back in, rejects again, right? And you can look for these gap plays all day, right? Right after it hits our take profit, we have another gap that forms here, a bullish gap, right? You can look for plays in here, moves higher, right? If I keep fast forwarding, there'll be plays the whole time. Right here we have a gap. It's a pretty thin gap. They don't always work, right? That one kind of worked a little and then turned against us. Let's see, we have a gap here as well. We have another gap here. I would like this lower gap better because this one's too high up, but they still can work well. So you can see we kind of filled this gap and then moved out. So these gaps have been working really well. I just kind of wanted to do a short video explaining my walkthrough of what I would have been looking for on Friday morning. So yeah, guys, if you want to see more, analysis like this and this happening live, then you're going to want to join the Discord. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I will be back next week for live streams.